Hello students, Dr. Poonam here. Today I will discuss part 2, Act 2 of the novel Final Solutions. In my previous video, I told you about Daksha. Daksha, who is the newly bride, going through her diary dated March 31, 1948, considering her diary as her sole friend in the new environment of her in-laws. She is sharing her secrets, experiences and views with her diary. The diary begins with the shattered dreams of a young girl who wanted to be a singer like Noor Jahan, but who has been married and confined to four walls of her in-laws' house. This suggests how most of us have to live a life of unfulfilled desires. This is a very lengthy monologue of Daksha but is written in the style of a spoken dialogue. She is narrating the horrible incidents of the partition which are still haunting her mind even after 1 year. We gained independence. My father had fought for the tower, he said. He was happy. We were rid of the Britishers. He said before leaving they had let loose the dogs. I hated to think that he was talking about my friend's father. The young girl immediately changes into old Hardika. This is written in the diary of Hardika. I opened my diary again and I wrote a dozen pages before, a dozen pages now, a young girl's children scribble and an old woman's shaky scrawl. Yes, things have not changed much. So, after a 50 years of marriage, Hardika is advising Aruna, her daughter-in-law, be careful. I said, the dogs have been let loose. There seems to be no change even after so much education and development. All this I told you earlier in my previous video. It is sad that after 50 years of independence, the same things are happening. The whole story is presented in a series of scenes and memories, dialogues, images, and sudden shifts in time. Hardika's wounds caused by the killing of her father in communal frenzy during partition become fresh again. She is terrorized when she finds two Muslim boys in her house. Aruna asks Smita how she knows both of them. Smita tells that Javed is the brother of Tasneem. I told you earlier that Tasneem is Smita's friend and Bobby is her fiancé. When Ramnik and Aruna start insulting Smita for knowing them, Smita defends herself boldly by saying there is no harm in that. It is also revealed that Javed does not live with his parents. Ramnik then asks how he can meet his sister. Javed says that unlike them, the Hindus, he loves the people of his community. Aruna gets outraged and Javed apologizes. Next, the story. Ramnik says, Javed tells Ramnik, Javed, it must feel good, Ramnik. What? Javed, being in the majority. Ramnik, yes, I never thought of it, Javed. After feeling good, you are in the majority, Ramnik. No, about being the majority, Javed, who became a victim of their plans, narrates his horrible experience. It is a terrible feeling being disillusioned. Don't we all have anger and frustration? Am I so unique? Now that I am alone, I hate myself. I was different when I used to attend the meetings. I was swayed by what now appears to me as cheap sentiment. Unquote. Javed explains how when he was following the Hindu Rath, someone at first put a stone in his hand and then a knife. Javed hit the procession hard. So, in the words of Babban, why did Javed threw stone and climbed the Rath and hit the Pujari? Because he was told that the Hindus were taking the possession of their gods, prodding them to wipe up out of existence. However, there is a hidden human heart in Javed. Screaming with pleasure, Javed in the carnival moves on the giant wheel, but soon his joy ride is over as the pujari looked at the knife in his hand, begs him for mercy. He is not able to kill the pujari. Bobby seems to be wise enough to understand both Aruna and Javed's viewpoints well. He reads out Javed's feelings to Ramnik and tries to convince Aruna that God is not biased by picking up the idol and grasp it in the hands. You cannot remove my smell with sandal paste and fragrant flowers because it belongs to human being who believes, tolerates and respects what other human beings believe that is the strongest fragrance in the world, unquote. So, by doing so, Bobby at the same time hurts the sentiments of Aruna, a Hindu woman, when in fact the Muslim religion does not allow any woman to ever enter their mosque, showing open disrespect towards women. However, hurting Aruna's feelings can be a small offense on Bobby's part when Aruna perturbed over this action. Mob throws stones at the house of Ramnik. Javed scolds Ramnik, saying, "Those are your people." Ramnik tries to defend himself. He also tells how his grandfather was killed by Muslim mob soon after the partition. Ramnik offers them milk. Javed, being in thoughts, exclaims, "It must feel good being majority. They have full liberty to do whatever they like with them." Means Javed and Bobby. Ramnik, still sympathetic, explains how the conflict started. There was rumors that during the Rath Yatra of Hindus, I told you, some Muslim threw stones on the chariots and that made the idols of God to fall and break into pieces, and even Pujari was stabbed to death. The event led to the imposition of curfew in their town. Smita comes with pillows for Bobby and Javed when she asks them to sleep on the floor as they have no extra space for them. Javed answers, "I am used to it." At this, Smita starts asking him his real motive behind his coming to Amargaon. Bobby says that he came in search of a job. Aruna is perturbed over this action. She is disturbed and she cries, "Oh, there is nothing left that is sacred in this world." He tries to calm her by the logic of fraternity and forgiveness. He says, the tragedy is that there is too much that is sacred. But if we understand and believe in one another, nothing can be destroyed. And if you are willing to forget, I am willing to tolerate. Later on, Aruna herself admits to God's oneness. She also admits that God is one. Whether it is Hindu, whether it is Muslim, Almighty is one. Through dialogues and reflections like these, the Tani makes a strong plea for humanism, love and understanding. Smita, Aruna's daughter, is a young college student. She is content with whatever her mother has taught her at home. She follows her directions and obeys her by performing all the rituals till she meets Bobby, a Muslim boy, and for a short while falls in love with him. When she comes to know that Bobby is engaged to Tasneem, she is disappointed. Her own experience forces her to introspect and question the rituals she has been blindly performing. Aruna, the mother. is shocked at the queer behavior of her daughter. She declares that she respects all the religions. Please try to understand, we have nothing against you. Ramnik offers him a job at this clothes shop, but Smita warns her father from doing so. When Ramnik inquires about the matter, she reveals that Javed was hired by a terrorist organization and was thus expelled from his house. She also tells that she came to know about this from Tasneem. Javed condemns her for betraying her friend, and she promised Tasneem that she will not expose the reality of Javed. So she is condemned by Javed. Smita acknowledges her mistakes and, being speechless, runs away. Thank you. The later story I will discuss in part 3rd in my next video.